Okay, so here we are in the Hanson yard, which, by the way, it's starting to fill back up. Things are picking up. That's good. It looks like this business might start getting going again. I left my stick, camera holder, whatever thing at home, and the only camera that works on my phone is the front-facing one. I have the iPhone 12? I don't know. It's got 3 cameras on the back, and it's not the 13 that just came out, so whatever one that is. And something glitched out in the camera, as you guys saw in the last video I uploaded, that short, and it's constantly trying to focus and zoom in and out all at the same time. Makes for really neat picture effects, but not great for trying to film things, and it makes that awful staticky noise in the video. So I'm gonna try and get this video put together for you guys, because I haven't uploaded in a long time, and I haven't had time to get down to the phone place, the phone place, Sprint, to get a new phone, because I've been rushing to try and save money for that trip I have coming in a couple weeks that I've kind of lightly touched on, and trying to get the Harley put together, because my genius self went out and bought a brand new Harley that was not able to be ridden on long trips. I did a 4-hour each way trip and wanted to die. And for personal reasons, if you really follow my channel and you watch everything and you're not just here for the RV stuff, you know the trip I'm talking about, you know why I'm taking it, and why for personal reasons I have to have that bike done. Which, by the way, it's 95% there. I just took off this morning. It's Sunday. I'm gonna go for a week, be home for the weekend again, do the final last minute little things, go out and do one more loop for a week, and then I'm taking the trip. So you're gonna get up close and personal, because I don't have my stick to get the phone away, and I don't have half zoom because I'm on the front-facing camera here, which I guess is nice because I actually get to see the screen. I can see where I'm pointing the camera, which is not something I typically am able to do. So we'll see how this goes. Anyway, I need to buy a new stick anyway, because if you watch Reset Channel, you'll see that it's done. It's falling apart. It's junk. Anyway, I'm gonna get in the truck. It's time for us to get oh, there we go, that direction. It's time for us to get going. We're hooked up, and let's roll that intro. Okay, so yesterday we made it all the way down to 7 miles from our delivery, which is great. Finished the pre-trip this morning, got the truck warming up, we got supplies for the day, everything's ready to go, and we stacked a connecting load. It'll be about 32, something like that, 35 miles of deadhead, and a really good load. And I just need one more good one to round out the week, because I have to spend next weekend at home dog sitting my dogs, because the family's going out of town, and I really don't like kenneling them unless we have to. So I'll take a couple days off, sit at home with the dogs, and relax. I'm gonna get on the road, get this feller delivered, and I'll see you later. All right, of course, as soon as I pull my phone out of my pocket to hit record, the wind picks up. So I'm hoping that I can kind of block that. I got my hand over the microphone, because again, I left my stick and mic and windsock cover thing all at the house. Great. So, the title of this video, well, I'm pretty sure it's going to be the title, unless something really crazy happens in the next 2 days, 3 days. I think it'll take me 3 days to get home. So unless something crazy happens in the next 3 days, the title of this video, the reason you're here. Yes, that is not clickbait. that happened. Now, originally I made a comment to someone saying that it was 21. And that was an error on my part. The way Horizon used to do their monthly income on the app was when you were dispatched, it showed in your pay. Now, you weren't paid yet, but it showed in your pay once you were dispatched. It looks like they've changed that, and it doesn't show until you've delivered. I could be wrong, but basically it said I had made 17,000 something, and I knew there was a $3,000 load, just a touch over 3,000 that hadn't hit, or that I was dispatched on before September 1st. So I assumed that money wasn't in there. That was inaccurate, because I did my last load, the last load that I delivered on September 30th, and the pay for that one hit, and it showed up in the, hey.
I don't know how long you're planning on.
Okay. So, once again, I hate Loves. This isn't the first time I've had an issue like this with them. Oh, we can't have anyone parking overnight in the front of our store. Really? Because there's that guy over there in a camper, and that guy over there in a camper, and that guy over there in a camper. Oh, well, you know, I guess I'll go talk to them too. Okay, so you had an issue with me parking in the front, and then when I called out the other guys, then they were a problem too. Got it. You know, Loves, the company that refused to change or rotate the tires on my truck because it's not a semi. Anyway, this thing's on a tight deadline. Loves was the best place for me to park. I try to avoid them when I can, just because people suck. Anyway, so what I was saying was the last one that I delivered on September 30th, the money for that didn't hit my monthly pay until after it was delivered and I was actually paid. So the way it used to be was once you were dispatched, it showed up in your monthly earnings. So when I said that I made 21, I apologize. I was mistaken because I did not know that they changed the way they did their, you made this much this month. So it wound up being 19. It's like 18,990 something. I mathed it up in my head when I was inside eating dinner, and I don't remember what it was now, but 19. So $19,000 in 1 month of transporting RVs, single pull, not flatbed, not multi-haul, none of that. Just doing single. Now, there were a couple of units that were not RVs, so there's that. You know, the ELD paying off, I guess. Anyway, so this guy picked this up in Colorado. It was like 18, I thought it was 30 something miles. It was like 18 miles from where I dropped off. So that was awesome. Short deadhead, and it's going all the way down to Vista. If I remember correctly, it's kind of by San Diego, Oceanside, near the Marine Corps base down there. I remember going to Vista a lot, so it couldn't have been too far from the base. Anyway, this is going to go there. I have to have it there tomorrow. As it stands right now, I should get there at like 3. So let's hope nothing goes bad. I'm going to get to bed. I'm exhausted, and I want this 44-foot monstrosity off of my truck. Typically, I like these 44-footers, especially the triple axles. This one is working my truck really hard. I think that, because this is a personal unit, this isn't new, I think they have a bunch of stuff inside it. I don't go in the units. I peek my head in and make sure my lights aren't on, and that's it. I think this is full of stuff because it feels heavy. Anyway, I'm gonna go to bed, and I'll see you guys tomorrow, where, well, hopefully in tomorrow's video, depending on what my timeline is like, somewhere in this video, before this upload is over, I will go over what we did, where we went, how we got to that 19 grand. All right, I'm going to sleep. I'll see y'all tomorrow. So here's something we don't see very often. I was dispatched on a load that was supposed to pick up 2.5, 3 hours north of where I dropped, which, getting out of California, that's not bad. The issue was, it's supposed to be a voluntary repossession. So I call, no answer. Okay, still work hours. Wait a couple hours. I call at like 5:30. Still no answer, but I left a voicemail. It is currently almost 8 o'clock at night. I just called again about a half hour ago, and I got kicked straight to voicemail on the third ring. I don't know, it wasn't very long. So clearly they know who I am and they're blocking my number. So this voluntary repossession is becoming not voluntary. As much as I would like to go do that, that's not what we do. So with this now happening, I think there's a very solid chance that I'm gonna end up undispatched off this load in the morning with nothing to get me out of California. So I decided that it was worth it for me to spend a little bit of money, get a fairly nice room, not great, but it's nice. And now I can sit in here, relax, get a good night's sleep, and I have until 11 a.m. for checkout, which is 2 o'clock p.m. where Horizon is based out of, which now gives me a little bit of time to try and find a load instead of sitting in my truck, and I don't want to idle it. And, well, let's be honest, I still haven't fixed the air conditioning. That's on me. And it's California, it's hot. Like, it's still like 70 something degrees at 8 o'clock at night, or 8:30 or whatever it is there. I don't know. It's late and it's still hot and it's muggy and it's humid, and none of those things work for me. So got a hotel room, sit here in the AC, and I have until 11 a.m. to find a load. So let's cross our fingers that there's something great in the morning. All right, I guess while I'm sitting here tonight, I'll try and get the numbers all figured out for the breakdown of how I earned what I earned that we talked about in the last clip, and maybe we'll get that in tomorrow. All right, I'll see you then. All right, so somehow I wound up at another Love's. This one was because my delivery is 0.4 miles down the road, so it makes sense, right? All right, so I just crunched all the numbers, got everything all figured out, and throw the pin down there. I wrote it all down there. See, yep, it's on the back of that load that I didn't take because the voluntary repo turned into an involuntary, right? Okay, so here's what happened, kind of where I went. You can kind of get a rough idea of my deadhead, see, where I was running, yada, yada, yada. So on the 1st of September, I picked up in Boise, right by my house. I think it's like 18 or 19 mile deadhead. I took that all the way to Louisville, Kentucky. $2,927. I then went from Louisville to Goshen, which I think was a 4.5 hour deadhead. I don't remember the miles. Took that to Pasco, Washington. Now, in that, I stopped at my house and did a reset, went up to Pasco, delivered it, came back to my house, and then did a 3-day reset, so 2 resets. Picked up in Boise again, and took that one to Louisville. Grabbed a Goshen to Boise. I know that one, yeah. So that was $36.67 to go from Goshen to Pasco, another $29.27, the exact same run as I did the Boise to Louisville to start with. And then the Goshen to Boise was $32.81. I got a $324 bonus. That's the CDL bonus for certain, if you do X amount of loads or X amount of miles, anything over that, you get a little bit of a bonus. On top of the bonus that I get for those of you who subscribe and join Horizon under my driver number. So since I was there in Boise, I went home, did another reset, and picked up in Nampa, 4 miles from my house. Ran that down to Fresno, California, deadheaded from Fresno to Hemet, and picked my next one up there. So that Nampa to Fresno was $875. Hemet to Mesa, Arizona was $434. Mesa back to Los Angeles was $557. So there was 0 deadhead. I dropped and picked up the same dealer. Then from Los Angeles to Hemet, which is about an hour and a half, deadhead, grabbed one from Hemet to St. George for $459. Deadheaded from St. George to Kaysville, which is, I think that's like 4 or 5 hours. Picked up in Kaysville, took that to Idaho Falls. So Mesa to Los Angeles was $557. Hemet to St. George was $459. Kaysville to Idaho Falls was $261. An hour deadhead down to Pocatello. Took that one to Boise for $389. Picked up at the same dealer, so 0 deadhead. Boise back to Kaysville, where I picked up the other one. That was $426. Then we had that breakdown. That driver broke down. So I shot, I think it was 5 hours, 6 hours deadhead. But, you know, going to go help out a driver. Actually, one of you. So that was fun. You know, got to meet another subscriber. Wish it was under better circumstances. I hope the conversation that you and I had, if you're watching this, was helpful in some way. I know you were having some internal decision making. So picked that up in Rock Springs, took it to Portland. Portland was about, what is that? I think it's a 2 hour, 3 hour deadhead, something like that. To Pendleton. I took that one to Vegas, and then I deadheaded home. And that was the whole month. That came to a total of $19,209. Now, you take away my CDL bonus and the money I get from you guys, because not everyone's going to get that. Not everyone has a CDL, and, I mean, you know, how many of you have a YouTube channel that brought in, well, I think I have 7 drivers under me now, so that helps. So you take away the 324, and that takes you to like 18,890 or something like that. So still basically 19 grand. Now, again, this is not a normal month. This was a really good month. You know, typically, well, I don't get that much. I mean, I've had, like I said before, I've had weeks where I made $600 in a week, and I've had weeks where I made over $7,000. It fluctuates in this business. And again, those 2 Boise to Louisville, those were the ELDs. So, or those were the cell towers. So because I had an ELD, I was able to do those. This doesn't work for everyone. Anyway, that's going to do it for this video. Dropping this one in the morning, going up, grabbing another one, taking it to my house, and you know, right along the way, I'm gonna sit there and knock out a reset and dog sit. That'll be fun. All right, I know the lighting sucks, but I wanted to do this one in the truck so that I could reference my paper and not deal with wind and whatnot. So anyway, that's gonna do it for this video. I appreciate you all watching. And as always, those of you out on the roads, I wish you fair winds and following seas. Take care and have a great day.